Well, thank you very much, Gary, and I want to thank all of you for your kind invitation to share my thoughts with you through this lecture on peace building through partnerships, drawn from the experience of both the Community Foundation for Northern Ireland and from my own broader experience of working in a sharply contested society during periods of open violence, as well as during the search for how we might find ways to live with ourselves. As many of you here know, Northern Ireland is a small society, 1.6 million people, living in a small area, but with a legacy of a history that stretches back over many hundreds of years. In terms of history, memory, and divided identity.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to my home city of Belfast. It's my city, and it's a real world too, so you are very welcome here, and it's a pleasure to be part of this really worthwhile event. I'm retired from the Police Service of Northern Ireland, as Joanne has already referred to, so I am perhaps a little bit more relaxed in my views now that I can express, but I want to make it clear that I'm not speaking on behalf of PSNI, but I very much hope that the police officers in the audience, and they're the ones in the suits, guys, you can pick them out straight away, I'm sure that they'll probably agree with most of what I say, and if they don't, they can jump up and say so. So, according to the Office of National Statistics in the United Kingdom, Northern Ireland people are amongst the happiest in the UK. And if you read our newspapers, that might be difficult to believe, but it's true. And whilst we are a society still emerging from conflict,
was designated to listen to what they were saying. So that's the research process. The next couple of slides, I'm just going to give you a flavour of some of the findings in relation to what legal issues young people are telling us that they're facing, and then I'm going to touch upon the adults' views. And at that point, I'm going to hand over to Karen, who is going to speak in more detail about what the young people told us, because that's the primary thrust of this piece of research. Unsurprisingly, young people's legal needs are varied and diverse. It was interesting in the survey. When we conducted the survey, we asked the young people at the start of it if they had ever experienced a legal issue. And at the start of the survey, about 17% of the young people across that school population said that they had. We then took them through a series of different issues that they might have faced in their lives to ask them if they had ever experienced that. Because what we did know, particularly from the focus groups, is that a lot of young people have very, very limited knowledge of their legal needs, their legal rights.
A sustainable economy. We strive to create organisations that are efficient, cost-effective, have conducive learning environments, value their employees so the employees feel appreciated, and build on the reputation of the quality of goods and services that they offer. A lot of these initiatives came from the concept of the learning organisation. Is in a way very evangelistical. It's not what happens in real life. Some people simply want to come, get their wages and go home. So I think we have to appreciate that within organisations. The concept of knowledge management actually came to the fore around 1997 in a way of how to operationalise the learning organisation. So while the ideal situation was there, sort of, yes, we would all like to be in learning organisations and work for organisations that appreciate their staff and provide conducive environments for knowledge exchange and sharing. How to do that was a challenge for organisations.
Providing care for many, many years. So I'm not going to present on a single study, but rather I've sort of tried to collapse 20 years' work into 20 minutes. So that's a minute a year, roughly. And I hope to give you a flavour for the sorts of issues that I've heard time and time again over that period of time. The data for these studies were collected in Northern Ireland, some in the Republic of Ireland. There was an EU study. And I have included some quotations, and I would say that the quotations have been drawn from studies involving participants in Northern Ireland. So that's the first part of the study, an overview of the research, and then the latter part will focus on the policy implications. Virtually all of these studies have been published, and some of you may have a particular interest in a particular study, and I'd be very happy to make those publications available to you or make those conference presentations available to you. So why are we interested in family caregiving and long-term care? Well, everybody in this room, and I've had a look at the delegate list, will be aware of the demographic changes.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. I really am delighted to be able to join you, and I look forward to learning from your experience as much as I hope we can contribute a little bit from our experience today. I'm particularly honoured and a little bit thrown, I have to say, to participate on a panel of such esteemed women. I feel smarter just by being here, so thank you. I'm going to say just a few very brief words about the Northern Ireland Policing Board and the role it has played in and continues to play in the story of policing in Northern Ireland. I think a very important role that it has played. The Policing Board, to get over the technical bit, is an arm's length public body comprising 19 members, 10 of whom are political representatives, 9 of whom are independent members. It was established in 2001 in response to the report you've heard about, which was a fundamental review of policing in Northern Ireland, and it was entitled, I think quite significantly, A New Beginning, and that's what it was supposed to be.
Which leads certainly to the perception, if not the reality, by users that they have a different system, that they are part of a different system. So decision makers have access to a legally assisted process, and individual citizens have access to a process that is unassisted and has no particular advice mechanism that they can access. So things like users describe or individuals describe feelings of helplessness, anger, stress, nausea, futility. All of those are generated through the dispute resolution process and create another barrier that individuals have to overcome in order to see the dispute through. We know again that individual support can help to alleviate those anxieties, and that it has in fact a further positive benefit because it will instill confidence in users to allow them to overcome the barriers and to participate effectively in the decision-making process.